So why is Tesla stock falling? Let's talk about it. But first I want to talk about the CPI numbers. I hope you're okay with that. So CPI numbers came in so much better than what was expected. And I'm so happy about it. It's almost like there's this big rock that's being lifted off your chest. And the better numbers doesn't mean that prices are going down now. Really not. They're still going up, but they're going up in a smaller pace. So it's really good. The CPI numbers were 7.7%. In September, they were 8.2%. So these are October numbers. The core inflation excludes food and energy. They came in at 6.3% and they were expected to be at 6.5%. So this is really good. It's really important that these numbers come in lower, just because the Federal Reserve just increased interest rates for another 0.75%. And that really puts us into this recession mode. And they didn't know what the numbers were. So all these questions people were asking, how much are you going to increase in December? They didn't know, but now they know. So in December, they're still going to increase interest rates. They're just not going to go so aggressive with it. So it's really important because we know that there's a recession coming. But how bad this recession will be, that's determined on these numbers. So if they can keep interest rates increases a little bit lower, then the recession might be just a mild recession, or at least a medium. But if they have to get those rate hikes up so aggressively, then that means we'll have a severe recession. So I'm really happy about that. At least we see the light at the end of the tunnel. The Federal Reserve is doing their job. And so thank you. But let's talk Tesla. So there's several issues with Tesla. That's why the stock price is falling. For one, of course, he purchased Twitter. And in the past, he said he's not going to sell any more shares right now. But of course, he has to pay for Twitter. So now that this deal went through, he has to, have some cash ready. So he sold 19.5 million shares of Tesla. They'll make a little dip in the share price. So that's one of the reasons why it's falling. He had to sell some of his share prices of his shares. And then, of course, the controversy. He came in. He made Twitter private right away, and he fired the top executives because they weren't really doing their job. He fired CEO Parag Agrawal and CFO Ned Segal. And I don't know why I can't remember these names, but anyway, so he had fired these people, and so they might still get some money too, even though he's trying to get out of that deal. But they get severance pay, and I'm pretty sure he has to pay for it. And also, when he took over Twitter, he advertises free speech, and a lot of people there's a lot of uncertainty what is meant with free speech, and a lot of people think it's hate speech, which it's not. Hate speech and free speech, I'm pretty sure, are two different things. So I don't think he allows that, but he has a board, has put together a content moderation board, which has a variety of different views, and then they can debate on what is posted and what is not. So first, Elon changed his Twitter name to Chief Twit, and now he's the complaint hotline operator. So he's a crazy. Anyway, so and there was a lot of debate with him because there's so many bots, there's so many fake accounts on Twitter, and so he wants to clean that up. He wants to make it the most respected platform for advertisers, because we all know that social media platforms make most of the money on advertisers. And he wants to make it one of the best platforms in the world, which I think is amazing. Like, he wants to make it one of the most leading platforms. And then eventually, so Dave Lee, I like to watch his videos also. Dave Lee said, like, he needs to have somebody else in the position of CEO. And, you know, of course, eventually he'll have to do that because there's only so many hours, even for Elon Musk, in a day. He can't do everything at the same time. And people are already afraid that he's neglecting Tesla now that he's trying to organize Twitter. And I'm pretty sure that's not true. But he needs to have somebody in place, a CEO, that can take the responsibility. So responsibility is shifted from Elon to someone else. That's really important. So he can be in the background, he can be whatever. But that's really important because, you know, there's so many different views out there and it's better not to be in light. So anyway, so yeah, there is a lot of, okay, so he's concerned because Twitter is losing so much money every year. And he tweeted about it, I forgot what it was, but I think it said billions. So this is crazy. And there is so many employees that working just remote and he wants them in the office. So I don't think he has to fire 50% of the workforce of Twitter because that's what he announced first, or that's what he said. I think he's trying to scare them a little bit into losing their job, so they better come to the office. You know, there has to be oversight. If you've ever worked remote, you know how easy it is. You need so much discipline to just do what you're supposed to do. So he wants to make sure that these people are doing their job and that they're coming into the office and working, not just remote. And then, of course, because Twitter is losing so much money now that he has insights on finances of Twitter, he wants to, he told the employees that bankruptcy is not out of the question. So that's kind of scary for these people too, of course. All of these, you know, and it's funny because he's just honest, but that really scares people. And so of course, Tesla shares are suffering. Well, yeah, he sold a lot of shares. And all this controversy, because people don't know how other countries are reacting. They're mostly concerned about China, and you know, Europe is no big deal. You know, Europe is like America, but China is a little bit more of a big deal. But the thing is, they don't have Twitter in China. They have their own platforms. I don't think there's any of these platforms left in China. As far as I know, even Google has been rolled out of China. So they're having their own information platforms, and that doesn't include Twitter. So I don't think we have to be afraid of any of this. But I think all of this is just going to be temporary right now. Tesla is such a good company. They have a lot of money still in cash. And they're working on a lot of awesome future innovative products. So, you know, pretty soon they're coming out with the Tesla semi-truck and the new cars and cars that are cheaper. They're working on one that's around $25,000, which would be awesome. And, you know, they're still the market leader. And I don't think that'll really influence this for a long time. So anyway, I hope you liked this video, short video, but I just wanted to give you a little bit input why these shares are falling. And let me know in the comment section what you think about Tesla, and if you're still confident in Tesla or if you changed your mind. And hopefully you like this video. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much. This is Claudia. Goodbye.